Chapter 5.
Okay.
It was the end of the day at school, and it was time that Sonic and Tails and Knuckles got back on the bus at the bus stop to board it all the way home from school.
I bus.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. We are on the bus now.
Said Tails.
No more classes.
Tails was happy but sad because he is smart. Sonic and Tails sat down together, and Knuckles sat right in the middle of the aisle, which he did normally not do, but sometimes he did when not everyone was on the bus. It looked like SBO and Boobs were not on the bus because they were busy getting ready to sex tonight, now that they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Knuckles laid across the aisle even more stretched out than when he just sat across 2 seats, because now the limits were the Alpha and the Omega. That is a paragraph,
How can we help SBO?
said Sonic to Tails. Tails responded,
I don't know.
and thought about it on the bus. The bus drove bumpy and all the bumpful roads all the way home, and then when they got out at the bus stop that they normally got in the bus stop just like always, Sonic ran out of the bus, and then Tails, and then Knuckles, in that order,
Just say in order.
I'm gonna go home.
said Tails.
We are almost there.
And they walked the rest of the way to home, all 3 hours of the way there. When they got home, it was dinner time, and Sonic was at a different home from Tails and Knuckles, because they were all in different families, so they did not live together, and Sonic's mom made a dinner.
No
A
shit.
dinner.
A
dinner.
Not some dinner.
Dinners are a
Just
unit
a
now,
dinner.
guys.
Sonic's mom made Chinese food, and Sonic ate it, and at the end there was a fortune cookie, and Sonic broke it open and ate the cookie part, and kept the paper that was inside that held a magical fortune on it. Sonic looked at the fortune and read it to himself inside of his head.
The path to glory begins at the base of your friend's penis.
Said Sonic inside of his head, reading the fortune cookie paper, and he knew it was a good sign for what was about to happen tonight when Espio and Rouge went to sex. Then the phone rang. Sonic ran to the phone and picked it up and said, into it.
Hello?
So, let's just establish that Sonic opened up a fortune cookie and read, "The path to glory begins at the base of your friend's penis."
So is Sonic gonna fuck SPO?
No. Well,
No, he's gonna fuck Tails.
Yeah, that is an obvious
Ah.
choice.
I mean, come on.
It was obvious. The first thing in the second episode, he fucked them, actually.
Oh yeah, he really fucked him.
It was Tails.
I have an idea.
Said Tails on the phone to Sonic, who was listening but not speaking, instead reading his penis fortune cookie.
I could give Esposito my invisibility hat that for the science competition, and he can use it to do sex for Rouge.
Sonic smiled so wide like the King of Fire, finding out he burned down New York City with only his fire powers. Sonic and Tails went to Espio's house later, which was not too easy to walk to normally for most people, but Sonic is super fast, so he ran there and helped Tails get there too, seeing as Tails is not as fast as Sonic, but he can fly, which kind of makes up for it. They knocked on the house, and
that was
Espio
smart.
came out of the door.
Here's my invisibility hat that you can use with Rouge tonight to make sex in. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear you when you are wearing the hat, or when someone who is wearing the hat wants you to also be impossible to see and impossible to hear. Holy shit, that was a fucking long sentence. Why didn't I use commas?
Screamed Tails, whose voice was a little hoarse from ordering food with the lunch lady, whose hearing was lost in an earthquake in her childhood. Tails had to say the things he wanted to so loud, and she would still say, "What?" And Tails wondered why she even had ears if she wasn't gonna use them.
You know, why does the author just, like,
What was
put that, like, during the lunchroom scene? Where, like, he could have started out with Tails going and having this whole conversation before, you know, the whole Espia wants boobs bit. Like,
It's filler.
that's
Hey,
how...
look, is that the script?
Yeah, it is. I don't know. This story should... Not sure why I'm wanting to improve a story that shouldn't be improved, but...
Yeah.
If there was room for if the story was meant to be good, we wouldn't be reading it.
Yeah, we
Like
wouldn't be
trying to
reading
decorate
it.
shit.
Espio grabbed the invisibility
be-
hat from Tails' hands and said,
Cool. Thanks.
and kept going, so Sonic and Tails left and wished him luck from far away at their own homes. Back at home, Sonic thought that it would be good that Espio would get sex in a rouge, so he could then explain it to Sonic, and Sonic would know how to find Amy's sex spots even better, because otherwise he would just have to read about it online, because all he knew about was kissing, which technically wasn't sex, but it was probably kind of the same thing, and Sonic would just read about it online before talking about it anyway, and he would know the right words for the things then. Sonic sat on his chair that was in front of his Sonic computer and opened up Sonic Instant Messenger and messaged Amy, who was doing the same thing but at her home, and said,
Hey Amy, want to become finally become true boyfriend and girlfriend by reaching sex this weekend? Holy shit!
You know, just for casual conversation. Hey, you want to have sex?
I showed you my dick. You better fucking reply.
I showed you my dick. Please respond. Sonic waited for a long time at his computer, and it seemed like Amy was not there because she did not respond to anything. Sonic played games online and beat all the final bosses because he was like an alien sent to Earth to destroy records set by others.
Fighting the final boss.
Who's the real Legend 27?
Then finally, Amy responded. What Amy said was, "No way!" Sonic was so shocked, his brain must have felt like a total idiot.
As if it was a different entity.
Oh, they ain't fuck this chapter.
What was that in the background, dude?
My sister.
I thought that was a cat.
Fuck off.
Actually, that may have been my cat.
Sex seems to be brought up a lot in this
How
series.
old was the guy when he made
Oh, that's
this?
coming up. Oh, you'll find out later.
How many chapters are of
There
this?
are 25.
I thought there were 27.
No.
Ah.
I will warn you, though, the later chapters are longer.
Tiger Bean and Salazar sharing knives and forks with each
Oh,
other.
God. Oh, I don't
Good
want
kiss
jealous
me.
corrupting Tiger.
She's too precious for the world.